with parents, roommates, own place, dorm, other, what are going to be the categories I'm going to put down now? Their age. So 19, 20, 21, and 22. And that first one will be 540 out of 2984, etc. And see if you can come up with those 4%. What percent of my survey? Oh, you guys are still punching. What percent of my survey was 19-year-olds? 25? What percent were 20-year-olds? 28? 21-year-olds? $18.1? Okay. 19-year-olds? 18.1? 20-year-olds? 25.7, I'll call it. 21-year-olds? 26.9? 8 or 9? Okay. And 22-year-olds? Okay. This one will add up to 100% since I just rounded to 1 decimal place. Okay. Now, we can also make a little graphical representation of either one of these if we want to. So let me just make a couple of graphs. So I'll do a graph of distribution of locations. And I'm going to make a separate graph of the distribution of ages in our survey. And for the locations, the highest number was 45, so I'll go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And my categories are going to be with parents, with a roommate, having your own place, in a dorm, or other. And I will make a bar graph. So these are locations, and these are proportions. And 45, 5, oops, that looks more like 1. 42 there. 6, a real low one, and 0.6, a really low one. Okay. The bars do not touch. This is a bar graph. We do bar graphs for categorical. You could also have done a pie chart if you wanted to, but they take much more time to make, but software's real good at making those. So, I do not describe the shape of this distribution. It's not a histogram. I don't describe shape. So I'm going to write shape. I'm going to put a big X through it. Don't describe shape. What I can describe from this graph, though, is what we could see from the numbers. The most 19 to 20-year-olds live at home or in their own place. That's what I see from that graph. The ages, the highest percent went up to 29%, so I'll go 10, 20, 30. These are proportion of age. And we have 19, 20, 21, and 22. 19 was 18%. 20 is 27 point something. 26 a little bit shorter, not much. And 29 about up to there. This again is a bar graph. Bars don't touch. And when I go to describe this, I'll say that we had mostly 22-year-olds responded. So we'll say survey had more 22-year-olds than other ages, and fewest 19-year-olds. Just so happened in our survey technique that's what happened. Okay. Now, when I do these kind of marginal distributions, they're called, I lose everything out of the middle. So, if I want the stuff in the middle, I go for a conditional distribution. Can I take this piece of paper away? If you need it, you can come get it later or now or whatever. All right, so now we'll call these conditional. So let's do a conditional on parents. So I'm just going to look at the people that live with their parents, and then I'm going to look at the different ages, and I had for 19-year-olds 324 out of the 540 19-year-olds live with their parents. So that's going to be my condition on living with parents. And that is 60%. For 20-year-olds, 378 out of 766 live with